This video is for Graceful Bow Pose in Yin Yoga, which is a wonderful stretch for across the top of the shoulder and the neck area. Really great pose if you're suffering with some stress and tension in the neck and shoulder area. It targets the upper body meridians, but in particular the small intestine meridian, which is paired with the heart meridian of the fire element, and the large intestine meridian, which is paired with the lung meridian of the metal element. And both have this connection with the organs of the lungs themselves. So a really good place in which to practice a bit of breath awareness as well as some conscious breathing. You can be sat in seiza position as I am, either on a block such as I am now or just on your heels. If this isn't manageable for you, then just sit in a cross-legged position and that is fine too, wherever you can get that nice elongation through the spine. So for Graceful Bow, I'd like to show you from a couple of angles actually, so I'm going to remove the block there. Graceful Bow, we bring one hand out to the side and then the other arm comes around and grabs behind. So if I just show you here. So for some of you, this is going to be on your lower arm. For some of you, on your upper arm. For some of you, particularly if you're sat on a block, you may need some kind of block for that other hand. Imagine I'm a bit higher up there. It also depends on the length of your limbs. So, and then we experiment with taking that arm a little bit further away from our body, a little bit more behind us, more in front. We really want to kind of externally rotate that arm bone there to get that nice openness and stretch across the front of the chest as well. And then when you're there, begin to drop the head away towards the opposite shoulder. And this is when we start to benefit with this beautiful deep stretch across the side of our neck and the top of our shoulder. Now, for some of you, maintaining your neck here might feel a little bit uncomfortable, in which case you could take some kind of cushion or blanket there to make that a little bit more sustainable for your neck, a little bit more comfortable. And then when you're in the pose, these subtle little shifts with your chin direction, so raising the chin a little bit more towards the shoulder that you're stretching, or tucking it in a little bit more towards your chest, is going to shift that stretch around the target area. So encouraging you to just play about with the chin position until you find a spot that you'd like to work with. Make sure both shoulders are relaxed down your back. And then come into this place of breath observation. Become curious about what's happening there, not only in the sensations of the stretch itself, but how your breath is reacting to coming into this pose. And then maybe after 7 or 8 conscious breaths, you feel the edge has shifted slightly. You've lost that edge, that connection with the edge that you first came into, and you might want to find a new spot. So we just take the chin into a slightly new position. And of course, you don't have to move the chin about throughout the practice. You may just find one spot that needs a lot of attention and be happy just to let this surrendering of the weight of your head down towards that opposite shoulder continue to open up into that area that you found. And then when you're ready to leave the pose, release the grip of the back arm and then bring your hands more towards your lap or on your lap. Very slowly roll the chin in towards your chest, and I would pause here for a moment. It can even sometimes feel nice to bring your hands to the back of your head and just lightly open up the back of your neck. And then moving very slowly, bring your head back up on top of your spine, getting ready to do the other side. It's really important that with the cervical spine, with the neck, that we move very mindfully. It's a very delicate part of our spine, easy to injure and aggravate. So mindfulness is key, please, with Graceful Bow Pose. And then when you're ready, then you may even want to take a strap around that back arm. That can work as well if you feel like you can't, if you haven't got that rotation and that open in your shoulder and the openness in the front of your chest in order to be able to hold onto the arm in any place without creating uncomfortable compression in the shoulder. Then go ahead and take loop a strap around there and hold onto it behind, sort of creating extra limb length if you like. And then we would come to work on the other side. And then again, release the arm, bring the head back to center, maybe a very gentle bit of mobilization, bringing the chin side to side, maybe even some very small circles around the back, some sort of half semicircles. And then coming out of your feet, can even give them a little bit of a rub if you've been in Seiza for a long time, and then sit with what you've created and observe. So a wonderful pose to release tensions in the neck and stimulate these upper body meridians, and in particular to work with some of the energy of the heart and the lungs, in particular with the lungs. Okay, so thank you for watching. Namaste. Bye-bye.